up? What up? What up? What's happening? Y'all know what time it is, man. This is the BOTB live show. Welcome to BarBOTB. I am one of the hosts, one of the founders, half of the bottom of the bottle family. Jay Walker the third. The guy on my left, or as you see it on your screen, is Carolina Dirt. Man, what's happening with you, bro?
Man, ain't shit, bro. I'm so happy it's Friday, bro. And the weather been pretty gangster down here the last 2 days, bro. So I'm ready for it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you see what's going on the screen. We have a new family member, but an old family member by way of another family member that's been on the show. And we love to introduce Miss April. How are you today?
I am doing great. How are y'all?
Doing very well, very well. Miss
Good.
April Robin is a marketing specialist. She's a strategist. She is about all things branding. We'll say that. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna talk to her today about an event that she has coming up locally in Columbia, South Carolina. And if you're a creator, let's get this information, man. Let's link up with some people.
Absolutely. I'm so excited. I definitely think it's something that's timely. I think Columbia needs it. So I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to, you know, share a little bit more information and y'all could get to know me on a deeper level as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. We ain't gonna go too deep, you know what I'm saying? We don't make things uncomfortable, but we
Mm.
do got this little icebreaker situation. It's the first call, aka the six pack. It's um six total questions. I got three, my brother got three, they random.
Okay.
It's just kind of like a heat check, an icebreaker, if you will, and you ain't gonna win shit. So, you know, just take it light.
Okay.
Okay, so we was discussing backstage a little bit before we came on. Um, your being a military brat. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Growing up with a military family. So my first question: what is the best thing about growing up like that?
I would definitely say me being able to learn how to build relationships with people very quickly. I went to four different middle schools, three high schools, and so I was always the new girl, but you you wouldn't be able to tell because it was very easy for me to like pick up on how to make friends, and I know how to talk to people. I know how to connect with people, so I learned good people skills. I think from moving around the way that I did.
Absolutely, absolutely. What is your favorite cuisine and dish?
Ooh, my favorite dish is I love salmon. My
Okay.
go-to meal is salmon, baked sweet potato, and some steamed broccoli.
Oh, that's gangster.
Yes.
It's a
Now,
palate toucher.
cuisine, I love Chinese food, Asian food in general. So,
Okay.
but I love me a good fried rice, egg roll, that kind of thing.
It's too easy. It's too easy. Love it. All right, my final question is a question that I ask a lot, and it is the hypothetical situation.
Or
Now, unrelated to you, these people are not related to you. You in a white room, white table, white chairs. It's two empty chairs, and you sitting in one. Dead or alive, who would you like to have a conversation with?
ooh, dead or alive. I would love right now. I would say Tabitha Brown. I love Tabitha Brown. I can't, if I was to think about a brand, a woman who I feel like has been building like a strong empire that I can relate to, I admire Tabitha Brown.
Absolutely. Her energy that she exudes, it got to make you feel a little bit of warmth. You feel me? So you got one other empty chair. Who you
Oh,
and Miss Tabitha talking to?
mm, I would say probably I'm very unconventional with this because I don't admire a whole lot. But if I was to pick, my second person would definitely probably have to be. mm, I
We've
really
had
go ahead.
yeah, so we've had Jesus as an answer. I think Bay Ray gave Jesus. Uh, Pac, um, Nelson Mandela. We've had, so
It will probably be Michelle Obama.
I think that's a dope conversation because I don't feel like she gives off for somebody that is in the spotlight for the reasons that they in the spotlight. She don't give off anything that is unauthentic.
Yes.
So that's dope. That's my three.
Yep.
Or your favorite jingle of all time.
Mm.
Of all time, it'll have to be my jingle. We going up with Robin. We going up. So I got a jingle.
All right, for the people that ain't heard that, give me another jingle. I was
That
fucking with you. I was just messing with you.
was it. Look, that was you guessed.
What's the last thing you fumbled? I like that question. You
Ooh.
fumble or you drop? What's the last thing you fumbled or drop?
The last thing I fumbled was probably an opportunity for a major bank sponsorship.
Okay.
Mm.
I feel like I wasn't prepared enough. And I probably could have I definitely don't take no for an answer. So I'm going to reapproach the opportunity. But I think if I had my team locked in and everything that I do now and things look the way that they do now, then no wouldn't have been an option.
All right. My last one. The hardest word for you to pronounce.
The hardest word for me to pronounce?
Yeah, your eyes got big.
Look. It'll have to be like, y'all gotta give me one. A hard word for me to pronounce. I'm not pronouncing it.
The number one is Worcestershire.
Oh, Worcestershire. That was mine too. Worcestershire.
That's the number one. Like when he asked that question, some people can't say specific. They always talk about the ocean. Um,
Worcestershire was a good one. I don't even think I'm saying it right.
Statistics. J.J. Wilson was statistic.
statistic is one that we tearing people up.
Ooh. See, them words that I can't pronounce, they don't even be in my vocabulary.
See, that's a well-read individual.
I don't even
You should never say something that you don't know how to say.
Hey, so let me ask y'all this. I'm gonna ask both y'all this because when you get to that word, when you read something, you just skip over the word because you can't pronounce it, or do y'all still try, like mentally? Do you try to say it in your head, like even if you do it to read it to yourself?
One time I'm not. I'll probably skip over it. I'm thinking about a meeting I was in, right? And it was a word that I used. It was recommended by Chat GPT. And I had it in a presentation. I don't know. It was thinking about it now. I should have known how to pronounce it. It was prowess.
Prowess.
But not a common word.
Yeah,
right.
So when I ran across the word, I said something. I blamed it. I said, I don't know what that word is that my assistant put in there. And I was like, that was one of her words. That wasn't my word. I was in a meeting trying to read off something we did for a client, and I'm over here struggling with prowess.
Oh yeah, you gotta do a little proofread. You gotta scan for them words.
You put the blame on somebody else.
I know, but
I don't know, man. I was a fourth grade spelling bee champ, so I'm big on phonetics. And I'll go to Google or Chat GPT so I can get the audio. You feel
Yeah.
me?
See, I honestly need to read more. Like I just started back reading. It's been a minute since I've been reading. I think reading helps. Having spell check for all these years on your phone and things, I think that has caused us to really limit our vocabulary.
Oh man, look, these kids
I
don't know how
still
to
be,
read
I
nothing,
still be
cuz.
posting. I still be posting the wrong words. Like I be like I'll type something to post and I'll post it like 2 minutes later. I go back and read what I post. I'm like, damn, I done missed a letter, added a letter. That's be messed up.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna misspell nothing on text, but in my brain is working faster than my fingers, so I'll leave something out.
yeah,
And I go back and read it like, oh, they probably think I'm an idiot.
yeah,
I used to
yeah.
Like
swipe. Y'all type or swipe? I swipe. Like I
I
swipe the
swipe.
word.
Swiping it, the text.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
haven't done that in a minute.
Oh
yeah,
shit.
I'm a swiper. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a
Y'all team
swiper.
My
Android?
brother put me onto that.
Yeah,
Y'all
Team Android.
Say
okay?
again?
Team
Yeah.
Android. I was Android.
Galaxy, man.
Yeah. Okay. Nothing wrong with Android.
Yeah.
I miss my
Well,
Android,
what you an iPhone?
of
Look,
course, but that was by force of generation and time. I went to college with an Android, and I didn't graduate till 2019. So it wasn't until
okay.
like sophomore year I got an iPhone. So I was late to
This is
that.
what I'll say. This is what I'll say. iPhone has a lock in that it's, and this is not me talking shit. It's one phone. Pro, Pro Max, SE. It's the same freaking phone, man. Androids do have a bunch of $79, $99 phones, and it gives it a bad reputation. But if
Hmm.
you got a Galaxy car, you probably pretty good.
The camera be good, everything.
Right.
I need to get a new work phone. I think I might get an Android for my work phone.
Man,
I
fuck
just feel
iPhone.
I've had both, and I'm good. I'm good. I'm safe with my Android. You feel me? No matter how anybody else feel.
Yeah. I know they these iPhones. They listen to us through these iPhones. You can't tell me otherwise.
Oh man, they listen to you through Alexa, your
Yeah, I'm about to say.
iPhone, your Wi-Fi, they just listening.
Yeah.
It ain't no more secrets. It's
Nope.
whether or not they listening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your baby
Have you
monitor,
said something that they
everything.
want to know?
You know what? Your ring camera. That ring camera, it'll save you, but I know they be listening on that ring camera.
That's
Oh
ooh.
yeah,
See, that's why I like them little cheap Amazon.
I have it.
You can use. I'd rather do that. That I don't want nothing that nobody can hack.
right,
I don't need no. I can have my own system. I'm kind of iffy about all that cameras in the
man.
house
Look,
things.
a few years ago, at Christmas, like we all bought each other either a Google Home or an Alexa.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was cool at first. I
Yeah.
went home, I plugged it up, I started playing music and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
tuning my TV and streaming and all that good stuff. But Alexa just kept listening because that light would flicker whether I said something or not. And I
Mm.
was like, you know what, Alexa, you got to get your ass up out of here, cuz.
Same way. I had got it as a Christmas gift some years ago, and then something about it, I was like, let me unplug this thing, and I haven't plugged it up since.
Right,
We was
Yeah.
right.
we did a show one time because I was set up in the living room and we was talking about Alexa and my shit it started blinking and it answered like whatever the
Mhm.
question is it answered. I was like, no, Alexa off. I turned it off. You gonna
Yeah.
get this to the podcast.
Hmm.
You ain't even no subscriber.
Yeah.
Man, that's how it be though, man. But look, I'm gonna give you the floor. I'm gonna put you up on the solo screen. Don't wig out or nothing. But you only
Oh,
gonna see your face. We still gonna be here. I
okay.
want you to talk to the people and tell the people about what you got going on and what you were trying to do.
Okay. Well, once again, my name is Miss April Robin. I'm the owner of Elevate with Robin, which is a brand marketing agency that specializes in developing purpose driven brand identities. This year is the is not the first time I've organized this event, but it's the first time that it's been on this level. It's called the Marketplace. It's a networking conference. Our theme this year is marketing and branding, building connections in the world. We're going to have a keynote speaker. Well, first, it's my host, Intisar Faulkner. She is the morning and midday news anchor on WIS TV. My keynote
Okay.
is Kenyon Murray, who happens to be my uncle. He's a certified life coach. He's also a professional keynote speaker, and he is well known for both of his sons being in the NBA. My cousins, Keegan and Chris Murray. Keegan plays for Sacramento Kings, and Chris plays for the Trailblazers. And then I'll be hosting a marketing workshop. And I also am going to have a panel there of successful entrepreneurs who are local and within my network, right? And so we have someone being able to speak from an influencer point of view. We have a serial entrepreneur who's on board. We got a globally
Like breakfast cereal?
no, like he has multiple businesses. He's tapped into a lot of different, business ventures. His name is Tadian Page. So let me just name them since I'm bringing them up. Courtney Sharika, she's actually from Sumter. She lives here in Columbia. She is a beauty and lifestyle influencer. Tadian Page, he is from, I'm not sure exactly where he's from, but we went to college together. He now lives in DC, but he's my serial entrepreneur. He's written books. He has his own marketing, business consulting type of business. Also has a merch line, and he also has his own podcast, right? And so then we have who else we have on the panel? We have Miss Who Made It, the owner. Her name is Jadesha. She has a brick and mortar Greek boutique. And then we also have Dr. Ike Davis. He's here local in Columbia. He owns Design Dentistry off of Clemson Road. I definitely think I named everyone. So outside of that, we're going to have live R&B and jazz performances. We got three amazing artists. One, of course, is going to be Ray Ray. The other is going to be Jamal St. Clair. And then there's another one. There's a woman who will be singing. Her name is Cadence Day. We're going to be doing giveaways. We're going to have some live activations such as headshots. There's going to be a coffee bar there. We are going to have a bar available, open bar if you're a VIP. But the purpose of this event is really for people to prioritize networking and putting them in a room to be able to rub shoulders with someone that can help fulfill their dreams. Networking has changed my life. I realized that it's not about what I know, it's who I know that's going to help me move forward within my career. I am a brand strategist, and so I am going to prioritize making sure that I help position people to feel confident in moving forward in 2025. So the workshop is going to bring a whole lot of value, but in itself, I'm really doing it because I feel like it's a lot of power in collaboration, and I'm just trying to encourage people to come together, support, getting to know each other's brands, and seeing how they could possibly collab in the future, and just be in support. So that's what I have going on. The marketplace, October 5th, is going to be at the Britt Event Center, which is off of Clemson Road. We're going to have hopefully over 200 attendees. We got early bird ticket sales going on until the 26th. So if you're interested, I highly recommend you going ahead and grab that ticket.
And how do they go about getting in contact or getting those tickets?
Yes, so you can purchase a ticket on my website, which is elevatewithrobin.com/the marketplace. If you just want to connect with me, get in contact with me, you can email me at robin@elevatewithrobin.com, or you can shoot me a DM on Instagram at miss.iparobin.
I'm using all big words.
Absolutely.
I'm sending you all big words. How did you get? I got a little slogan I started saying is network superpower. So how did you get into the marketing and branding. Like you did speak on the military, how it helped you out because it helped me out. Me and my brother talk about that shit all the time. Because the military, living military, like you can up and go like that quick.
Yeah.
So how did you realize that was a career slash passion slash what you want to do, or when did you figure that out?
Yeah, so I went to off to college in 2015. I attended Winthrop University. Originally, I was gonna be a doctor. I was gonna become a dentist because I have other dentists in my family, and I knew that was a guaranteed job. You know, I had connections at MUSC because of them, that kind of thing. And so I started studying biology. I realized it wasn't for me. And so then I said, well, if I'm not going to be a doctor, I'm going to be a lawyer. And so I started studying political science. However, I didn't fall in love with that either. And so I went undeclared, and I was active in organizations, and the roles that I was interested in was like the social media committee, the events and planning committee. Those were the type of things that I was doing. And so a friend of mine told me about the integrated marketing communication program. And after learning all that the program entailed, I was like, I for sure want to hop into this, because they had all things in terms of marketing. So I was learning graphic design, video editing, brand marketing, social media management. It had all of those things, PR, public relations. And so I fell in love with it after I realized that I had a passion for motivating people to pursue their passions. I wanted to be, I've always wanted to be a motivational speaker. That's really like my dream, my hope, once I become a little bit more seasoned, that I'll be able to get on stage and really be able to have a testimony and, tell people about my journey and just motivate and inspire. But since I realized since I enjoyed motivating and inspiring people to pursue their passions and capitalize on the things that they were interested in, why not assist them in the process by helping them build brands, right? And so I took on my first client during my junior year, which happened to be Jacquees's DJ. Jacquees is an R&B singer. I worked with DJ BG for a while, helped him with his social media. He has a vlog on his YouTube page called More to Me. I was responsible for directing that. That's really kind of how my career took off in terms of just building my rapport and my credibility, right? People saw what I was doing. And so from there, um, I graduated. I got my first commercial client. I've been in and out of corporate, but since January of 2023, I've been full time with my business.
Okay. Look,
Yeah.
I think like you, I feel like you're already doing it. I feel like sometimes we humble ourselves into a point of, slowing ourselves from progressing sometimes. Um, but I think the fact that you tried so many things, I think that's where people, that fear of failure is what makes people not try. You
Yeah.
feel me? So the fact that you was like, okay, this is what I know I could do, and it'll lead me to a decent life, but it's not really my passion.
Right.
So let me pivot to this.
Right.
And it's like, well, I don't know, man. That's a lot of things to remember when you start
Yeah.
talking about these case laws and things like that.
Mhm.
And then for you to actually come back to some, like, we're older. Me and my brother, we're older. So growing up and telling our mom, like, hey man, I'm gonna play video games and I'm gonna be a millionaire off of these video games, it didn't compute. And I feel like now a lot of people don't understand it, but it does compute because you can see
Right.
people living tangibly off of all these different things, man. And I just think it's dope that you were able to, on your journey, find exactly what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I don't come from an entrepreneurship background. I've always been um, academically gifted. And so I knew that I could go into the doctor route or the the lawyer route, but it wasn't fulfilling me. I wasn't happy, and I knew that's something that my my parents want to do for sure. My dad, because he gave me his GI Bill. I was able to go to school, without having to worry about how to pay for it. And so I wanted him to feel confident in his investment, but it wasn't. I wasn't happy. And so for me to find something, and even now, what I'm saying, I'm really in a career that to this day I feel like he truly doesn't understand.
Right.
It is that I'm doing. And what it means to be a business owner. It's foreign territory for him, but I've always had solid support. At the end of the day, he was like, this is what you want to do. By all means, do it as long as it's bringing in some type of income. And so it's been a journey. Entrepreneurship is a journey in itself. I could be corporate and because I was the marketing director for the number one real estate company in the Carolinas for Keller Williams. Because y'all know they got all these parent companies. But
Right.
I worked for Stephen Cooley Real Estate Group just a few months outside of me graduating from college. And so, like, I could have stayed the corporate route, but I quit that job. And then the pandemic.
Look,
And
I'm academically remedial, academically handicapped. It's not because I'm not like I seek. I don't like conforming, and it's
yeah.
funny because I grew up military and I joined the military.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
hmm.
So it's one of those things where sometimes people do what they think is safe
Yeah.
instead of doing what they want to do, and it
Hmm.
holds them back.
Yeah. For sure. For
What
sure.
is what's your best quality? Like if somebody don't know you and you say you do marketing and branding, whether you believe them, whether you believe in what they're trying to promote or not, what is your best quality for them to say, "Hey, I want to work with you"?
Really the passion that I have for what it is that I do. Like I think again, like I'm super passionate about motivating people to pursue their passion. So I only even want to desire to work with you if you genuinely love what it is that you're asking me to help you build a brand out of, right? To successfully market. And so my quality is that I bring purpose out of what it is that people are doing. Like I believe in helping people scale their impact. I'm a
That's
story
dope.
builder. I'm a brand builder, yes, but it's the impact that I'm invested in making people have. And so I think that's my best quality is me helping people find purpose in what it is that they love
What's your,
doing.
okay, so let me ask you, what's your personal best quality? What reason why I'm asking that is because like when you're doing something that, depending on who you're dealing with, you spend time with that person, so they either get to know the real you or you get to know the real them. So, what's your best personal quality? Like, not business related, just you as a person, you as a black female, you as a daughter, you as you know somebody in a relationship, you as a friend. Like, what is your best quality?
I think my optimism, my ambition,
Okay,
um, that's what I'm well known for. Like I'm a big believer, big dreamer, big visionary in itself. And so like I'm just very positive and optimistic. And so I think that I think I can accomplish anything.
that's dope because we had a conversation on last was it no 2 weeks ago we had a monster on here. We were just talking. I mentioned how positive he is. Like he always has something positive. He always has some information to give. In this day and age, some people just don't want to sit through and get the message on the back end. They
Yeah.
want the message or they want the information or they want the answer right then and there. And sometimes, no, you got to sit and wait, man. If I had to sit and wait to learn it, you got to sit and wait for me to get it out. So the fact that you're optimistic like that's dope because that means you'll give somebody extra 2 minutes, extra 5 minutes, extra hour, extra day.
Always.
Yeah, that's
Always.
pretty dope. So that's kind of where I was going with that question.
Yeah.
I feel like people take for granted. So one of the foundational points of why me and my brother do this show is that saying, if you was in my shoes, or what I'm saying, you'll never know what it feels like to be in somebody else's shoes. It's like we all get tied up with our own personal things. Of course, we're individuals, but sometimes we miss an opportunity by not listening, not actively listening and hearing somebody just coincidentally at the grocery store or at the whatever bill place or whatever you're doing, you know what I'm saying? And you rubbing elbows with somebody that could potentially change your life or teach something that you had no knowledge of or limited knowledge on.
Yeah.
So that's the main focus of what we do here. We like to have a good time. We be on this firewater and all that other stuff, man. But ultimately, for the community, for like-minded people, especially creatives, I think a lot of times also people like to shit on your dreams.
Yes.
J. Cole said this thing like,
Yes.
if they don't know your dreams, they can't shoot them down. And I
Mhm.
feel like a lot of times throughout the rigmarole of what life is in this era, you start to lose that. When you a kid, you want to be Spider-Man and you really believe that.
Yeah.
And we lose that as we grow older
Mhm.
for dealing with pushing a boulder uphill. You know what I'm saying? And I just like to I'm one of those people that always appreciated the art and saw value in art. So again, that's another reason why I appreciate what you're doing, especially in a market like Columbia, South Carolina, where you have all these talented people, but maybe they don't have the direction. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they can't, maybe they need just a little something to motivate them to make it to the next level or to live in the dream that they want to.
Yeah. Yeah. With me, like you gon' that's how I am with anyone that I meet that I see, the talent in them, the gift in them, especially when Bay Ray brings me around his friends. Like I'm always like, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that. But you're gonna get that motivation from me, but you also gonna get like tactful things. Like I don't gatekeep whatsoever. I don't think even though I get paid for what I do and I pride myself now on getting paid very well, if you can't I want to say this, if somebody can afford my services, I highly recommend coming to this event because I'm going to be putting it out there. What I do for my clients, I'm literally going to be make sure that I run through it in a very concise way, and people are going to be able to walk away with a game plan for how they can build a solid brand. Like, I have the testimonies, I have the reputation of being good at what I do, so I do take pride in that. But like, I want to see people win. I really want people to win, and really, even because Bay Ray, he hard headed, he could be way further along if he really got on board with some of these marketing efforts that I really want him to tap into. So if people apply themselves and really just prioritize building their brands, like they I think that's going to be the way for them to capitalize, because unfortunately talent is just not enough.
Say
It's
that.
not enough, and people don't care.
Right.
Don't care.
And
They
Bay
want
Ray is super talented.
Yes.
Very super talented. I
Super
don't wait to the end
talented.
to say that shit. That dude is super. Man, I done said Ray Ray shit to so many people. Um,
Mhm.
but I got a partner who he gave me so many gems growing up, but being young, just not listening. Well, listening but not hearing, but not
Processing.
listening. Yeah, where I wanted to go because being military, being I went to college for a couple years. Like I got so many people just in my ear, and everybody's in different directions. I got a group of people over here who's in college, but got different mindsets than my people home, who's not in college. They're working and got different mindsets, and then it's just he gave me so many gems, and I tell people all the time, like I kick myself in the ass. Like when I talk about fumbling some shit, like I feel like I fumbled some shit. And now, when me and my brother started on this journey, he was the first one to jump up and be like, keep going.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, he's like, he's giving a strategy, like do this, do that, or you try this. Like he gives so much motivation and so much positive, you know, critiquing positively and saying, hey, maybe I don't do it this way. Like I value the people around me, and I think that's the other thing when we talk about people that have ideas of doing stuff, having that positive reinforcement. Like positive reinforcement is a powerful thing that a lot of people don't realize how
Mhm.
powerful it is. But if you don't have nobody motivating you when you want to lay down and take a nap, when you want to, man, I ain't gonna do it today. When you I don't care how I'm gonna do it, but I'm just gonna show up. Like just certain things. If you have somebody like behind you, like that should make a big difference. There's times I ain't want to do the show. My brother's like, "Well, we doing the show." There's times he didn't want to do the show. My brother and I'm like, "Let's do it." When you have that positive reinforcement, and
Yeah.
that doesn't matter if you have a business and you in a relationship or you at work. Like everybody needs that shit.
Everyone, and I that's such an important message because we have people that constantly come across what it is that we do. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all have family, friends who see this show that y'all are invested in. Like I love everything when it came to the intro, just the how everything is set up. Like y'all are doing very well in terms of making sure that you're producing quality, right? And really trying to strategize the show, prepare for the show, doing your research. And so like y'all put an effort into this. I'm pretty sure this is a passion of y'all's. It would be nice for just, every now and then the people that know you, that constantly see you to say like, hey, like, keep going, like you doing a great
Yeah, they
job.
be saying that. They be like, man, you still doing your little podcast? You
Yeah.
know I'm doing my little podcast. You better stop playing with me.
You better stop calling it love. You better stop calling it love. Okay. So I definitely think it's super important. I think we should encourage people to do it more often. It's most of the times it's strangers. It's the newcomer. It's the people that, yeah. It's hard. It's hard to get a good
Right.
job. I'm proud. Like from people that we know, but it's usually like strangers in the DMs. People that you don't know. You may know them somehow, some way, but for the most part, for me, I've gotten a lot of my love from people that I don't interact with.
It's real because that's what makes it real, I think. I think sometimes when you do have people behind you that you know psychologically, I don't know if it's the human condition or not, you just be like, oh, you just saying that because you my
That's true.
girlfriend, or you just saying that because you my friend.
Yeah.
Um, like that positive reinforcement is a really big key.
Yeah.
I can't say positive reinforcement alone. Your sensitivities. Erica Badu said, I'm an artist, I'm sensitive about my shit. You
Hmm.
cannot be so sensitive that you don't listen to the critiques. You cannot be so sensitive that when somebody says something or gives you a suggestion on how to do something better, that you take it as a personal attack on you. You're not you're a victim of yourself a lot of times. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying?
Hmm.
And that's one of those things that I fight. I'm 40 plus years old. I fight being a victim of myself or not having the confidence in certain things that I'm doing.
Hmm.
So I need people to understand that you're not by yourself when you're feeling that way. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And that you push through.
Yeah.
You keep pushing forward. When we first started this, everybody was like, man, look, this podcast thing ain't what you think it is. You know what I'm saying? Most people be done by the time they did. Some people don't get a second episode. They ain't gonna do it. And I've realized just throughout the struggles and strife of life that I'm built for it.
Yeah.
I'm built for whatever you want to do, whether you want to be a troll. I got words for that. And God say turn the other cheek, but he ain't through with me yet. So, I'm ready for whatever.
Yeah.
And I want people to understand that the things that you want to do, the things that fulfill you, they don't come easy.
Nope, not at all. That's how I feel about this whole entrepreneurship thing. Like I could have said, you know what? Let me just go work for somebody. Get a job.
Until you work for them,
Yep.
and then you be like, man, I should have did what I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at many times she done said she done quit. I know she should have been. God, oh boy, I don't know how many jobs you done had in your life, but I ain't had. But I only had 3 jobs in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I only had 3 jobs in my life.
I've had a lot of jobs.
I'm about to say I probably had 3 and 6 months at a certain point. And if you look at my career, my resume is 18 pages long. If I put every job I ever had on.
But like I'm truly one of those people. I was smart. I'll never forget it. I don't know what I did, what I said, but one day my father, he looked at me in my eyes and he said, "You ain't never gonna be able to work for nobody." He just walked off after he said that.
Yeah, that hit you. That hit you in the pit.
I want to ask you something. Like, how important is your dad? You don't mention him several times, and you know a lot of dads don't get the highlight. Men don't get the highlight.
Man,
since you sound like a daddy's girl.
For sure, my father 10 out of 10. I am his only child, you know, so I do have that only. Granted, I have siblings from my mom, but my father, he is a great dad, still a great dad, you know, and I take a lot of pride in that. I have a great relationship with him. I think it's super important. I feel for women who grew up without a father. You know, I have those friends, and it's a different experience. You know, you're gonna breed a different woman. You know, whether depending on if you have a father or not. And so I think that because he took very good care of me, you know, yeah, I constantly will bring that man up.
right.
What
You
he did in the military? What
you wasn't able to quit them jobs without him. I know that for sure.
That was just what he did in the military? What was his job in the military?
He did a little bit of everything. So I know what he did overseas. Overseas, I know he like fueled up helicopters. He was doing that kind of thing. He didn't have to be in combat. Too bad. But when he like was at Fort Hood, I know he did a lot of work with taking soldiers to their court dates and things. So granted, he might have been doing other stuff, but what I remember, he would just tell me about like, oh, you know, I gotta take this soldier to his court date. This soldier died. I gotta go talk to his family.
He's an MP, almost like an MP.
Yeah,
not necessarily. You can be a senior NCO, and
I said almost. I ain't been in the military. I don't know. I'm just saying almost, man.
Right, well, and I'm trying to fix it for you. What I'm saying is, like, once you reach a certain level of senior NCO, you can be attached to support. You know what I'm saying? And you are basically like there's a senior NCO that go get all the new soldiers when they come in. And they show them where they live, and they show them where the child is, and they help them adjust to life in the military. And then you got senior NCOs that deal with military justice. You know what I'm saying? They take you to your court dates and things like that, like she's talking about. His primary MOS, he could have been a heavy wheel mechanic. He could have been anything. You know what I'm saying? But once you reach a certain level of leadership or seniority, then you get some, you get some cushy positions. That's what I say.
Let me ask you this then. So me and my brother, we take pride in saying we got the same mom and daddy, right? People be shocked. How does your other family, like, do you even care if they accept what you're doing, or do you even care if they understand what you're doing with this journey?
I do care, you know. However, you know, whether or not I get that support doesn't determine like my happiness or my peace, right? I would love the support. However, I don't get a whole lot of support um from my family, like even like from a share or a like. You
Well, don't
know,
worry. I'm gonna
I
start.
don't
We gonna start sharing your shit.
say,
We friends now, so whenever you post, that's me. I share people shit. But go ahead with your story.
yeah, like that's one of the main things that I probably could go on a whole soap opera, or whatever we used to say, about is the lack of support. But I think I think it's gonna come when it's convenient. you
That's too
know,
late. That's too
I
late.
think it's gonna come when it's convenient. I get it, you know, sprinkles of that, but
Mm-hmm.
from my brother, I know he's super proud of me. My sisters, they are too. Um, but everybody is in their own world doing their own thing, and I'm kind of like the black sheep with what it is that I'm doing, this whole being loud, proud, entrepreneur, online, that kind of thing. So some people raise their nose up to it, like, girl, sit down.
I don't know. It go back to my brother said some people don't understand how this internet shit goes just because they not tapped in like that. Like
Yeah,
just because they scroll on Facebook and got an account, don't mean they tapped in with how powerful social media is.
yeah,
So,
Mm.
like my brother said, a lot of people don't like they just don't understand. They don't want to take time to understand. They just feel like it's I'm
Them the
going to work.
same people screaming about fake news and
Yeah,
voting for Trump
yeah.
because he gave them $1,200 4 years ago. Same
yeah,
It
people.
wasn't even him. It wasn't even Trump. He just put a name on that shit. He took credit. That's all he did. He took credit. But
yeah.
what does all right? So Bay Ray is me and my brother said he's very talented, very very talented. How have you helped him? And you mentioned earlier he was hard headed.
He's a little hard headed.
So what
Um,
I
have
just think that's
what?
because of y'all relationship. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Your old lady can be telling you exactly how not to drown sometimes. And
mhm.
because it's her telling you, you be like,
yep,
boop, 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 boop.
yep. I'm gonna suck all that water. In. Pause. I'm gonna drink all that water.
Yeah, but I mean, I would say that I've influenced him in his artistry a whole lot. A whole lot. I mean, from the music itself,
Right.
what I'm saying, to the that he's most recently dropped. Well, most of his project was done, his most recent project, but the one that is coming out, I would say I influenced a lot of that music. Um, however, in
Hold up. I didn't mean to cut you off. That business or personal influence?
um
Creative
Yeah, there's a
influence.
difference.
creative influence, yes,
Okay.
I've influenced. I would say I influenced him, but also um how he carries himself, and him knowing his value, and really truly trying to be strategic and capitalizing on what it is that he's doing. Like, he has some really great things coming up. It's not for me to drop, but he's going to be dropping them soon. But he has a really big performance coming up that I think is going to be help propel his career. Um, and just him putting so much intention behind it, like creative direction behind the performance, trying to amplify the performance in terms of having musicians on the stage with him, like that kind of thing. So I mean, I motivate him. I try to do those things, but also, you know, helping him strategize a lot on how to capitalize on the gift that he truly has. I think that he's going to be amazing. I think that he is going to get um his audience is going to grow. His success from music is going to happen. I think that's definitely within his destiny. So I would say, you would say that I've influenced him quite a bit. to really take things to the next level. So
Yeah, if he want the salmon and the string beans cooked,
yeah,
I'm hungry. Yeah,
yeah.
that's influence. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Nah, man, look, I mean, you've definitely given us great testimony and jewels throughout the show, man. What's your creative thing? Do you have a creative outlet of your own?
Great question, and that's something I've been like trying to tap into. So, uh, right now I'm trying to get into painting.
Okay.
It's not. It's more so just like a piece thing for me. I don't know how creative I am. I'm really a strategist. I don't have a strong creative side. Like I used to want
Okay.
to be a rapper. I
Okay.
used to write in things. I used to do poetry and stuff, but I really, when you don't use it, you lose it. And so, creatively, I'm not gonna lie, like the bar is a bit low.
Well,
I
Not
mean, it's not everybody doesn't necessarily have that, but I think people need a creative outlet.
yeah,
I think sometimes that'll help you recenter when you
hmm
are focused on, obtaining your goals. You
yeah,
feel me?
yeah.
Um, Let me ask you. This is just an off question because we've been talking a lot of business. Um, what's your what's your guilty pleasure? Cause, like, for example,
no, she
carpet
already know.
cleaning,
She already got the answer.
carpet cleaning videos.
That one
Carpet
first.
cleaning videos and earwax removal is fucking up my life right now.
Really?
So
Okay.
yeah, man, yeah, like I can get stuck. That's a rabbit hole that I can get stuck in. So what's one of your rabbit holes when you take the time, when you have a minute that you enjoy?
I'll give you two or three. So one is pimple popping. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to physically do it, and I
Oh
also
no, you
watch.
I think
nasty.
that's just in a woman's
Yeah,
DNA
yeah, you
to
nasty.
try to get to inflict some pain without saying that you inflict, trying to say you helping me, but you okay. That's
Pimple
How
one.
you see some shit I ain't see in the mirror?
Right. I don't even feel it.
Yeah, I don't even feel it. I done looked in the mirror. It wasn't there, but you see it.
Yes, I love that pimple popping. I do like binge watching series. So
Oh,
Okay.
like
me too. Me
right
too.
now, I haven't. Barry has been introducing me to Marvel and anime and things, and so like once you put me on something, I'm addicted. So right now we're
Right.
watching Devil. Is that it? Daredevil.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
So
no, no.
what is
Y'all
it
watching?
called?
Y'all watching Deadpool? Y'all watching
De-
Deadpool?
no, not
Yeah.
Deadpool.
On Netflix
He,
is Daredevil.
I'm
Netflix is
watching
Daredevil.
Daredevil and
Okay, I saw something. I thought it was
Punisher.
Deadpool. My bad.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
the
the
Punisher
Punisher
hard.
was a great one. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
Punisher
Punisher was a
hard.
great one.
so, that's what I'm doing right now. Any other guilty pleasures?
Hey, while you
Can't
thinking, while you think, go on Tubi and look up something called the Startup.
the startup.
Go on Tubi and look up the Startup. Basically, it's a white guy, a Latino girl, and a black Haitian, and they basically come up with Gencoin, which is like Bitcoin, and they move it to owning and running their own internet type shit. It's only
Mm,
3 seasons. I watched it when it was on Netflix some years ago, and I'm rewatching it.
it's on
Just
Tubi.
because you're creating, yeah, it's on Tubi. It's called the Startup.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
man.
go
And
ahead
y'all
with what
people
you're about to say.
stop giving Tubi a hard time. Cause look,
I love
Tubi
Tubi.
is
I give it a hard
I'm
time.
speaking to the masses, and the
I
reason
give it a hard
is,
time.
yeah, you wrong though.
I am.
Just because this entertainment space, we always talk about we don't get to tell our story in this culture. You feel me?
Mhm.
Tubi is literally one of the only streaming services that caters to
Bad acting.
creators,
Bad
not
acting.
bad acting.
Shit.
Sometimes
All the time.
you have a vision,
Yeah.
and you need other people to help you execute that vision. And
Yeah.
maybe the execution is not always good, but if you get to see it on screen, you also get to learn how to fix it.
Yep.
So I don't give these people a hard time. Now I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
laugh at the fact that this man got shot and then was in the next scene not shot. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? So I'm gonna laugh at that, but also I'm gonna make sure that I understand that this is somebody that's trying to execute their vision.
But they should
Mm-hmm.
have a
And
standard, bro.
Netflix ain't giving it.
Man,
No.
I seen a dude get shot. The gun was with the daylight. He got shot at night at dusk. And I think they
See,
carried him
there you go.
away with the sun up. Come on now. Like,
Yeah.
We ain't never gonna stream on Tubi if it's up to you. Shit.
no, well, what I'm saying is just like anybody else, whether you run a business or you work for somebody, there has to be some type of standard, bro. And if you making movies, most people that make movies liked movies. You're not making a movie. There's people that make a movie just to be in a movie, but a lot of people make movies to be in the movie or direct the movie. You should have at least that standard. Like, come on, bro. Bro, you
Yeah.
got shot with the sun out. He got hit with the bullet with the sun going down. But then
Yeah.
they carried him off with the sun. Like, come on, bro.
That's
Man,
true. It needs to make sense.
It needs to make sense, man. It needs to
oh
make
man,
sense, bro. There's no way I get shot in the shoulder, but I'm bleeding out my leg.
look, I had $15,000,
Yeah, you're right.
and the editor was gonna push it to 19. So I got to put this shit out with what I got. You know what I'm saying? So that I can get another 15.
Yeah.
Now I get it. I mean, everything is not going to be perfect. A lot of times, look, I used to rap myself, and a lot of times, you waiting for the perfect song or you waiting for the perfect, and you'll never put it out. So
Yeah.
I applaud them for
This is
having the courage to push it. Do you think that they thought it was good, or do you think that they needed to actually complete the project? Sometimes
Shit, bro.
completing the project is more important.
Yeah. You got to build a resume. You know what I'm saying? So you need to have, it's nice for us to see your growth. So you got to start somewhere. And so even though it's not perfect, and that's how I am, like, you can't be, that perfectionist mentality isn't always that good because it's going to slow down the evolution within your career. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you just got to put it out, get the feedback, learn from the feedback, and get better.
Let me ask you a question before we get out of here. So the dude was the CEO of Taco Bell went to Starbucks. Did you see that?
No, the CEO.
It's somebody top of Taco Bell. He went to Taco Bell, and when Taco Bell introduced the breakfast, he was part of that. Took credit for that, and now he went from there to Starbucks for rebranding and trying to get them back on the feet. For one, I don't know if you drink Starbucks. What is it about Starbucks, for one? And for two, dealing with big companies like that in this day and age, what would be your angle for marketing and branding?
So, first, okay, so the answer to your first part of your question, I think that, Starbucks, coffee shops in general, it's just about community. I think that it's about the vibes that it brings. Granted, a lot of people do get in line and get their drinks and things to go, but I think it's just the opportunity to walk into a space and get free Wi-Fi and get a nice drink. I think that's really why Starbucks was initially successful, and then that's why a lot of other franchises, were established as well. Like just a coffee shop in general, it's a vibe, right? So I say that's what it is about Starbucks. However, I do think the drinks, we can get that drink anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like
It don't taste the same. It don't taste the same. I done tried. It don't taste the same.
Granted, I don't know. I'm not like I'm not a coffee girl. So if I go, I'm getting like a matcha green tea, and I don't need that every day. You know,
Right.
I'm feeling
Can't afford
cute.
it every day.
More so like if I'm feeling, it's also an aesthetic thing, I think. But um, I want to answer your question strongly. So could you ask me that second part again
Oh,
about?
if you was the branding and marketing of a big corporation or something like Starbucks, like what would be your angle? What would you do? I think that's what I said. I can't remember. I've been drinking.
It's okay. Um, honestly, I will begin strategizing based off of the the climate of what's going on within my target audience, right? What language is my audience speaking? What new problem can I solve? Uh, what new key differentiator can I develop? So, like, what I mean by that is really trying to determine what makes you unique. How can you, uh, create that uniqueness to where they're getting something different than what they're getting from all these other coffee shops, because we now have multiple that we can go to. It's not just Starbucks. I personally prefer to go to Curiosity Coffee Bar that is downtown if I'm really trying to sit down and do some work. It's not a franchise, I don't think. It might be a local thing here in Columbia, but um it's also based off of the experience and the rapport I think Curiosity Coffee Bar has been able to build within my community. That a lot of people that I socialize with, they like to go there. Any other entrepreneur that I know, they mentioned going to this coffee bar. So I think it's about developing a strong relationship with your audience, figuring out how you can answer a problem or aid a problem that the audience may be having, and really trying to sell that key differentiator in the way that you're answering that problem. Does that make sense?
It
It does
does.
to me.
And no, what I so the guy's name is Brian CEO Brian Nickel, Niccol.
Hmm.
Check this
Starbucks.
out, huh?
Um, I'm looking at it. New chairman.
Yeah. So check this out, because my brother, since you're looking at it, boy, you are what's that shit? I can't think. Coordinated, because you looking at the same thing. Check this out. Nicholas is also expected to be traveling often, visiting stores and workers since he's running a global operation of 39,000 stores and 450,000 employees. Starbucks announced in 2023 that its corporate employees must work from home 3 days a week. Nickel has a $1.6 million base salary and received a $10 million signing bonus. It will also rake in millions in additional cash depending on the company's yearly performance according to Starbucks. Bruh, Starbucks?
Yes, you pay $6 for a cup of coffee. They can afford to
And
give him $1 million
that's
Yeah,
the
since
and
COVID,
10 million.
COVID happened, I done went to Starbucks on like 3-4 times, like because I can't afford it. But it's good. But that's like sports payment. That's like somebody in sports. You get a $10 million signing bonus.
Look at what he did, cuz. Taco Bell is not good. Let's just be real.
It's
Taco
not.
Bell is not good food.
Nope.
So he did something to keep them selling not good food.
Yep.
They're saying Chipotle, but I thought I saw something with Taco Bell, but they're saying Chipotle. It might be
Oh, even
Chipotle.
Chipotle. And this is the thing. You only have to be, and I'm not trying to insult anybody. Starbucks is a status symbol. Let's just be real about it.
It
No,
is.
nigga, I was broke when
Starbucks
I
has a
first.
dope. I'm just saying, Starbucks has a dope logo. It's the reason why you go into the store to get Q-tips. Would you rather get your Q-tips from Walmart or Target? You feel me?
Yeah.
They just Q-tips,
Yeah.
but for some reason, that little dot with the ring around it, it
Hmm.
means more to some people. Some
Hey,
people,
side note,
some
side
Target
note,
people are not gonna step foot in a Walmart.
Yeah.
real quick. He did work at Taco Bell. He went from from chief executive of Taco Bell to Yum Brands. Yum Brands is a big brand. People don't know about that. Look up Yum Brands. It's a big brand. But go ahead.
But no, I'm just saying, like, once you, it's no different than the conversation we was having about Apple versus Android. That logo of that Apple is identifiable anywhere in the world. You feel me? It's identifiable any. Sometimes if you get the right trademark, it doesn't matter what you put out. iPhones have not changed in 7 years,
Mhm.
but somebody has bought all seven phones in the last 7 years.
I think I honestly would add that it's not just the logo. I think it's the experience and the persona that these brands have been able to establish for themselves. So, like you said, you can't get a certain person to walk in to Walmart. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna choose Target. It's also about the vibes. Like Walmart is a very chaotic, huge store. Like but then Target, you got the Starbucks in there. They used to have a cafe, everything. Like it's a different
You see how
experience.
she just slid for Target just now?
Hell yeah, man, fuck Target. I'm just playing. I'm lying. I'm lying. I'm lying.
But
I'm
then
lying. I'm
I'm
lying.
gonna go. But
I
but
didn't say.
see with Apple and Android though, I think Apple has, come to be like the superior phone type of phone company, if you will, because of the marketing and the experience that they've been able to like push out to their audience. Like, it is that's like Target. Target and Apple are neck and neck in terms of, you know, I think the audience, both audiences will probably I would say an Android user, people, this sounds crazy, but people will say an Android user is going to Walmart and an Apple user is going to Target.
Hell no. Android user going to damn Target.
See, but that's not.
Apple user, Apple users going to Walmart because they ain't got no money left. They buying
I'm getting
ringtones and music. Let me so let me tell you Target. So I had worked for Target for a minute, and I never paid attention to they said so. Their aisles are bigger.
Mm,
Never paid attention to it until
yeah,
they said that. I walked down them aisles so many fucking times. I never paid attention. I walked down them aisles, but shopped at Walmart. Never paid attention to it until it was stated that their aisles are bigger. They have a certain demographic that they're focused on.
hmm,
Um, their T-shirts. Strongman, the guy is always talking about he shots at Target for their T-shirt because they have their own, technically their brand. It's not Faded Glory. They have their own upscale brand.
hmm,
Uh, they focus on the whole college experience, not Walmart where they focus on we'll give you the dorm refrigerator, we'll give you the notebooks. No, they focus on college. So their demographic is a certain demographic that is a
yeah,
longevity demographic. Walmart is just we're going to try to be cheap
there.
and we don't care where you go. Target
yeah,
is no. We're going to have a set price and we expect you to be with us for the next 20, 30 years. And it's work.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Target has a good. They prioritize curating a great experience for the overall shopping experience that the customers are getting.
And they say you on quality. They say you on the quality of their clothes.
Hmm.
Because if you go in Target and you take time to buy their clothes, then you'll take time to walk through the electronics. So you'll take time to walk through the kids. You'll take time to walk through the bedding, and then now they added grocery. So you might as well same thing as Walmart. If you're in there buying all that, you might as well step over here and buy this lettuce or this cucumber or whatever else that they have there instead of going to Walmart, fighting through the traffic, fighting through the crowds, fighting through the U scan. So it's great. It's great. It's great marketing. I What's the difference, real quick, before we get it? What's the difference between what you do and an influencer when it comes to branding?
Okay, so I'm not an influencer
I know. Yeah.
by any. Yeah, so an influencer is someone who has been able to build up a strong audience, right? Where they can successfully market things to them that their followers, their audience is willing to buy into, right? So they're a brand in itself. Influencer is their own brand. And they can get certain brand ambassadorships based off of the brand that they built. So there's different types of influencer. If you're a fashion influencer, then of course you're going to get a lot of companies sending you clothes, wanting to work with you in that manner. If you are a lifestyle influencer and you're well known for being you know married and in a family, and you do a lot of family type of content, then you will get family type of base brand deals, stuff for your children. They'll send stuff like that. So that's what an influencer is, right? What I do is, of course, I'm an entrepreneur. That's the baseline of how I would describe myself. But I'm helping I help people build their brands. I'm this I'm in the back end of strategically planning how you can build your brand from the ground up, or how we can possibly rebrand you in order to help you scale in a way that you haven't been able to quite yet, right? So I'm a brand strategist. I've worked with people on all levels, from the beginning, in people who are well established as well. And so that's the main difference between what it is that I do. I do market myself. I do marketing work for myself. I'm now in a position to where now I have a team. I have my own director of marketing. I have my own social media manager. And I just got in position to where that I've had teams in the past. However, I now have strong people. I think who are on my team and helping me with those things. And I'm now trying to operate as a CEO of an agency versus
I
being the
know that's right.
owner of the agency.
I feel like the influencers did it. Dancing all in the videos, wanting to be seen, and
It's
what you do
different
is
types
important.
though.
It is, but like when I say that is the influence. When you see influencer, that's a single word. That's a single person. Influencer.
Hmm.
And marketing branding seems more like a team. That's why I say it's the Diddy aspect. But go
Yeah,
ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, I absolutely understand it. Like influencers, however they get their followers. I hate that word. I hate followers as a
hmm
term for people that are interested in your content. Um,
supporters.
supporters, like for instance, like a Keith Lee or Mr. Chime Time. You know what I'm saying? Keith Lee got die-hard supporters, cause he is not gonna be able to do anything wrong, but he is not really. Most influencers are not doing anything special.
Right.
They just brought along a crowd that can make a significant change, a monetary gain for a brand. You feel
Yeah.
me? And what I appreciate about Keith Lee is he doesn't just accept deals to get money.
Hmm.
And I think that's why he's always gonna win. You
Yeah.
feel me?
Yeah.
There's certain people out there that their influence is just to get you to buy stuff so that they can continue to get paid.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
But look, ladies and gentlemen, April Robin, Miss
Yes.
April Robin.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So I'm gonna give you another solo. You can give your thoughts on the show, or a motivational quote. You can also tell people about the event one more time, just in case they didn't hear it in the beginning.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, let's go.
Well, first of all, I just want to thank you guys for, of course, having me on here. I really enjoy being on the podcast. I don't get a lot of these opportunities, and so super grateful. I just really want to say to the people who are viewing, if there is something that you are passionate about, if there is something that you're dreaming about, something that you're visioning for yourself, I want to highly encourage you to do it. Um, but be as intentional as you possibly can be. Um, there's a whole lot of power in, you know, doing what it is that you love to do and trying to make an impact. And as long as you're trying to be purpose driven, I think you will capitalize on what it is that you love to do. So try to find purpose in the things that you love to do. Just to reintroduce myself, my name is Miss April Robin. I own a brand marketing agency by the name of Elevate with Robin. We specialize in developing purpose driven brand identities. I am also the organizer of the Marketplace, which is a networking conference here in Columbia, South Carolina, happening on October 5th. It is going to be the number one networking event in the Carolinas for entrepreneurs, artists, creatives, um, and business professionals. I think we're living in a time that your network is your net worth, and
Mhm.
prioritize building those relationships. And so, you may have a gift, you may have a passion, there is something that you love to do, but you don't have people that know you, or you don't know the right people to help take things to the next level. So I definitely encourage you to come out to my event. I definitely encourage you to continue to support this podcast, because they are doing amazing things. And so, yeah, I love y'all and I appreciate y'all.
In a real way, man. Carolina, what you got for the people on the way out?
Man, I appreciate talking us in like that. It was a dope vibe. Like, definitely want to have you back. Just we ain't got to talk about what you're doing. Just your perspective on certain situations or certain topics or certain current events. We'll bring you back with if you're open to bring you back with other guests. Here, if you know me, I say networking superpower. Everybody ain't got that superpower. Networking superpower. Everybody does not have that. And if you don't have that, people like Miss April will be that superpower for you.
Yeah, yeah,
Which means you can accomplish something. You don't have to just because you don't have the superpower don't mean you can't accomplish something. That
right.
just means you have to have somebody else as a resource to do it. But networking superpower, hey, this was a good vibe tonight. I appreciate you coming on here. Hey, Bay Ray is very talented. He a dope artist. I've sent so much music to other people just to hear what he got. I hope he keep grinding. Matter of fact, if it, I don't know what his aspirations are, but even if he's one of them dudes that at 50, 60 years old is still singing, like, kudos to him.
Yeah,
Salute to him. Like, he has a serious talent, and everybody don't get heard with this the way this industry is going. But please don't let that man give up. We'll be
most
back next Wednesday for a Hump Day Happy Hour tap in.
All right, man. Look, this has been another super dope episode of the BOTB live show. Um, y'all check out Miss April. Y'all check out the content. Y'all check out her conference, I should say. Um, there's not really anything left to be said, man. You dropped a bunch of jewels. We appreciate your time. We always say the most valuable commodity is not always money. The most valuable commodity is time, and we thank you for sharing yours. And like I always say, love the people who love you back. And until the next time, man, this is the Bottom of the Bottle Show. Y'all be easy, man. We gone.
please, thank y'all.